And if you feel like joining me, we can just shake a little bit. You can feel that there's some stress circling in the nervous system. So if you feel like shaking, just join me. So today we are going deeper into the heart womb connection. And we have been with this connection for some time now, and I think we can't really get enough of it. The heart womb connection is so essential for this feminine journey that we are on. And the beauty of the heart center, is that it has the power to affect all the other chakras. So not only the womb space, but all the chakras of our body. It has the effect to unify our body, our chakras, and especially to unify the heart and the womb, the most auspicious connection. So our heart, it stands for so much. And one of the things that came to me today was the bhakti of our heart, the devotion of our heart, the devotion to show up to our healing path, even when we are feeling so much resistance to meet the pain, and resistance to heal. Even if we long so deeply to heal, still we can have the resistance there. And it's so welcome. It's so valid to have this resistance, because we haven't been given the tools to maturely meet our pain. So on the feminine path, we learn what we should have learned as little children, to meet our heart. Imagine if our heart hadn't closed down as children. We would have been so open. And our heart still is open. However, it's also sometimes shielded because we have been through pain. So lovingly, we can gently guide ourselves, our heart to open. And today we will do some new practices. One practice that we will do is to use our voice, our sound. And so I would like to just go through a few practices now so that we don't have to get too into our mind during the class. So one practice that we will do is that we will activate the heart space and the womb space with sound. So the sound of the heart is ah. And when we say ah, we can really let the jaw drop down, the lower jaw. Ah. Ah. It feels so nice when we do that. Ah. And the sound of the womb is ooh. Ooh. So when we chant from the womb, we will not only say ooh, but we will say who. So H-O, who. And you know, we have been trained to, when we make sounds, we want it to be beautiful. We have been trained that every sound we sing, we want to be a good girl and we want to sound beautiful. And what happens then is often that the sound comes from the vocal cord. I find myself doing this all the time when I sing in kirtan and my vocal cord starts to hurt so much. And today, it's not really about the sound, how it sounds. It's about bringing it from the heart, bringing it from the womb space. So we will explore how does it sound when it comes from deep within the body. So I will just show you now how we will do it. So I will place one hand by the heart and one hand down by the womb. And I'll just go through it. We will go step by step. I'll just show you how it sounds.
Jenny? Jeg tror lyden kommer og går litt, I hvert fall hos meg.
Is there anyone else is the okay, sound okay? It's not okay.
Jenny, jeg tror at når du holder hånden, når du la hånden på, så blir.
And let's try to see now. And just let me know if it's not working. It looks like I'm having a journey with the sound at the moment. But I think you all got the practice. Yeah, good. And then another part that I would like to talk about, which we will also be doing, is our breath. So one breath that is so nourishing for our nervous system and for calming down, and I've gone through this many times, is that when we breathe in, we use the Ujjayi breath. So we constrict the back of the throat. And I don't know if you can hear me now. I'll do it a little bit loud. I think most of you know the Ujjayi breath. And then on the exhale, we use the Ujjayi breath as well, and we open them out. So it will be Inhaling through the nose. Okay, so we'll do that too. So we will start now. And I will just post the playlist. I have posted it also on the Facebook page. I'm getting organized. So when you are ready, when you have the playlist and everything, you can find your way to your mat. Okay. So let's start the playlist on 3, 2, and 1. 3, 2, 1. And if you can hear my music, just let me know if it's disturbing. It's just nice for me to know where we are in the music. So we're going to start sitting on the knees. And a comfortable way to sit on the knees is if you make a cradle with your feet. So I hope you can see it. The heels are pointing out and the toes are pointing in, and I'm sitting down on this cradle. So let us start by just gently swinging back and forth. And here we can bring in the Ujjayi breath. Inhaling as you lean forward. Exhaling as you come back. So this is a really gentle and kind way of activating the muscles in our yoni. Activating gently the heart's energy by breathing into your heart space. Activating the womb space and your yoni by following this gentle dancing movements in your pelvis. And feeling how this breath, it gently showers your heart with softness and with presence. So when we feel that our sexual energy is stagnated or not awakened, these pelvic movements can be very powerful to start awakening our womb energy, our sexual energy. And just gradually lean forward. We will stay down, but let's just stretch back into downward facing dog for a few breaths to stretch out our knees for a moment. And feel that the back of your neck is completely soft. And you may walk your feet, bend your knees, and twist your hips. Feeling the deep breath showering your body with softness. And then just gently come back down. And keep your knees wide apart and the feet close to each other. And then we can just come slightly forwards. So the movement that we will go into now, it's an exploration, like we tend to do in downward facing in cat and cow, but here we do it on all four. So just exploring, swinging the hips from side to side. And with these movements, we are gently awakening the energy in the pelvis, in the inner thighs, and also feeling the sacrum, the lower back, the buttocks. Do some movement for the back of your pelvis. I always put attention to moving deeply. What does moving deeply mean in your body? How can you move into every corner of your pelvis? Every corner of your thighs. Now you may come up a little bit with your buttocks and just gradually sit down. Inhaling to lift up. Exhaling and sit down. And feeling that as you come up with your buttocks, you very gently tuck the tailbone. As you sit down, there's a micro tilt in your tailbone. And you notice that it's not only the thighs and the bones that are moving. This movement vibrates into the walls of your yoni, gently engaging and releasing. Make this movement your body's movement. So you may combine it with swinging your spine in a snake-like movement. Possibly you would like to come a little bit forward and bending your arms, snaking your spine back and forth. Exploring your body in a non-linear way. We have learned so much about lines and alignments, non-organic movements. And the feminine, she doesn't have any straight lines. She's round, she curves. Could you bring this snake-like movement into your neck? Loosen it. Release some of the load in your neck. Maybe bring it into your shoulders. Allow yourself to sigh. Allow your body to release. Release with movement. With breath. With sound. And gradually start to sit back on your knees, on your heels. We will soon come out of this position. I know you're probably getting a little bit tired in your thighs and in your knees. But let's just try for a few minutes to activate our yoni muscles in a non-forceful way. So basically what you do, and it's a bit hard to show on camera, but start by activating one buttocks And then you will feel how the hip gently lifts and then you come back down. The other buttocks, tighten the other buttocks and then gently come down. Opposite side and come down. So it's kind of a gentle dance, and it can be in a flowing motion. So you're not holding for long. You're just flowing side to side. Breathing with the movement. So we often learn how we need to activate the muscles of our yoni to let the sexual energy start flowing. And it's often more helpful to do it in a passive way, where we are not directly contracting the walls of the vagina, as it often tends to be too strong. You might stop in the movement and just feel one side, and you could go all the way into your womb and into your yoni, the walls of your yoni, your vagina. Just sense that sides where you're contracting, and then release to come back. And then the opposite side, contract the buttocks. You feel the inner thigh engaging all the way in to your deeper layers. And release. And for the last minute, let's lean forward and see if you can open your thighs a little wider, if it works for you. You could come a little bit deeper down, or just stay with the hands on the ground. Breathe into your thighs. Breathe into the outer parts of your yoni. This is another pose that can help you to gently open, awaken your yoni's energy, your sexual energies. We often need to spend some time. We're not going to do that today, but for your own practice, to spend a few minutes in this pose can help you really awaken your sexual energies. And slowly walk your hands back. And we're going to stretch out our legs, so tuck your toes and lift yourself up into a forward bend.
And if you are like me, feeling a little bit sensitive in the knees, just make sure that you have enough distance between your feet. And you may have a slight bend in your knees. And you could also swing a little bit side to side. And just allowing the back of your neck to be completely loose and soft. And in the feminine body, we say that the feminine crown is our yoni, our female sexual organs, rather than the top of the head. That's our masculine crown. And just feel that in this pose, how you can open your feminine crown. And just step by step, slowly lift up. Just take it slow so that you don't get dizzy. Just gradually finding your way up into standing. And let's take a moment finding our ground. So either you might want to move and swing from side to side, or you just want to stay standing still. Feeling the soles of your feet really rooting into the earth, into the ground. Let us find our heart with our hand, our womb with our hand. And take a moment to come back inside. If it feels comfortable for you, breathe with the deep Ujjayi breathing. Breathe deeply into your heart. Deeply into your womb space. And you might not be able to feel or grasp the sacred connection between your heart space and your womb. The sacred connection between love
unconditional love, and our sacred sexuality, Shakti. Breathe deeply into these two portals of the feminine. And just gently start to roll your hips. And you might let your hands come out to the side. And let us start to focus on the hips. How can you move to release your hips? How can you awaken your hips? How can you express with your hips? Bring the arms into the dance. Dance with your arms, with your hands. Express with your hands. Release through your hands, your arms, your hips. Explore like you haven't done before. Dance with your spine. Let your spine release its tension, its stiffness. Dance with your head and your neck. How can you move to let go of tension? And then slowly, when you feel ready, come back to your heart space and to your womb. Feel the energy swirling in your body. sense into your womb and see any sensation that may arise. We will find our way down to the ground and sit down. And let's just allow ourselves to loosen a little bit more while sitting down. So now the movement can be a bit slower if it feels comfortable to you. Feeling the root of your body, your yoni, connecting into the root of the ground. Changing the direction. Let this movement be a loosening movement. To loosen your neck. Your shoulders. Your spine. Your hips. Your whole pelvic landscape. Come to the center. We will move into our sound practice. I have a very strong sun coming in now. So find a comfortable seat. It looks like my screen is frozen. Find a comfortable seat. This breath practice is best done sitting up. So you might want to have a pillow to sit on or something comfortable to sit on. And feel that your spine is elongated, without being too tensed, just elongated and relaxed. And placing your right hand on the womb, left hand on the heart. And we will move in now into our sound practice. And if the music is too loud for you, you may turn it down a little bit. And just feel that before you start the sound, how you can soften your thighs, your knees, your shoulders, arms and elbow. The lower belly, your face, your jaw. And starting by sounding from your heart, the sound of ah. And feel this sound, a deep vibration in your heart, a low, deep vibration. Open the jaw, release the jaw as you sound. Inhale. And explore how the sound sounds for you, may be different from me. Feel it vibrate from deep in your heart. Keep on sounding in your own rhythm. Feel the vibration spreading into your breasts. Vibrating into the hidden corners of your heart space. It's a sound of longing to open your heart, to free up this sacred space of love, of compassion. Keep on sounding. Breathe deep in between. can you sound to open your heart deeper? Let that sound out. Ah. Ah. And just do it 1 or 2 more times. And then slowly come to silence. Feel the vibration in your heart. The awakening of your heart space. Moving your attention down into your womb. With every in-breath that you take, feel how you are releasing your lower belly out, releasing the floor of your pelvis. Let's inhale to sound the sound of whoo. Sound from deep within your womb. Let it be deep. Let it come from your womb. Let it vibrate in your whole pelvis. Let it vibrate and release tensions, stagnations. Last one. Come into silence. Feeling the vibration in your womb space. And if you are not feeling it, use your imagination to awaken the vibration. Imagining healing energy swirling and showering your womb with love. This new sense of freedom by expressing yourself. These deep sounds of the feminine, opening up your body, releasing the shame, the tension, the blockages. And we will start to make our way down to lie on our back. And soon we will come into our restful journey. So just find if you have any blankets that you need. So let us start by bending the knees and place your hands on the womb. You may keep the feet apart and rest the knees towards each other. And before we go any further, feel your connection to the ground. How you are releasing your back body into Mother Earth. Rooting your body into the ground. Allowing her to hold you. We will shift the position of our legs, so walk your feet closer to each other, and then you can place the soles of the feet together and open the knees out wide. If this position is uncomfortable for you, if it's too painful for your thighs or your knees, you can just lift the legs up and stretch your feet straight, your legs straight. If not, stay in this beautiful opening posture, opening your yoni. And moving your hands up to your breasts. And if you feel uncomfortable to have your camera on, just turn it off. And start by gently cupping your breasts. And feeling that you are putting all your loving attention into your hands. And as you're holding your breasts, you're embracing your heart.
And just very gently, with your fingertips from the inner side of your breasts, you start to circle up above your breasts, out to the sides, down below your breasts, coming inside, moving in a circular movement. And the intention in your hands is to awaken the frequency of your breasts and heart, to open up to love. To open up to nurture your whole body with the frequency of love in your heart. And you might explore different ways of holding your breasts while you touch and massage, maybe stroking with the whole palm, maybe gently touching with your fingertips, or maybe a firmer grip with the whole hand. This can be so healing if we have a negative relationship to our breasts. And even if the mind is having these hurtful thoughts, your hands can be filled with loving intention. And shift the direction. Take a deep breath in. Release through your mouth. Cup your breasts for a moment, gently greeting them with love. Deep breath in. Release from your heart. And with your hands, gently stroke your hands down along your belly. And slowly down to meet your womb. Cup your womb with your palms. Greet your womb with your loving hands, filled with the essence of your breasts. And gently starting the same movement with your hands on your womb. and seeing which sensation your womb feels like this evening. Is it a gentle stroke with your fingertips? Or maybe a deeper massage with your palms? Or maybe just to be held, to be embraced by your hands. Take a deep breath into your womb space. Release through your mouth. One more time. Deep breath in. Release through your mouth. And gently rest your palms on your womb and come into a resting pose. So maybe stretching your legs and covering yourself with a blanket. We will stay in this pose for about 10 minutes. And if you feel comfortable, you may rest your hands on the womb. Otherwise, just stretch them along your body. Close your eyes. Close the eyes to the world outside. You are visiting your inner world. Feel how you are sinking deeper into yourself. With every exhale, you are releasing the tension from your body. With every inhale, you are opening up your body for the possibility of healing. Every exhale, releasing the burden that you are carrying in your body. As you inhale, breathe into your heart space, imagining golden light entering your heart space, filling you
with loving presence. The presence of the Divine Mother, filling your heart with unconditional love. The purest love you could ever imagine. Swirling around your heart. Nourishing every cell of your being. Where have you neglected yourself? Where have you shown dislike? Allow your heart's loving presence to move into those parts of you that needs to be awakened by love. Let it fill every part of your being. This unconditional love of the Divine Mother within you flows down through the sacred river into your heart space, into your womb space. Fills your womb space with golden healing presence of unconditional love. Compassion, understanding, acceptance, letting it beam into every part of your being. The purity of the Divine Mother, filling you with love, healing your wounds, embracing every sorrow, let your body completely let go into the loving presence of yourself. The loving presence of your sacred feminine. touching every corner of your body with love. Imagine how you are lying in the arms of the Great Mother. She's embracing you in the warmest, softest embrace you have ever felt. So safe and loving. This is you, your true feminine essence. Nesting inside your body. Be the Divine Mother. Embody her in your being. Feel her shining in your heart. Slowly and gently come back to the space that you are resting in. Feel your breath moving your belly. And gently start to move your toes and your fingers. When you are ready, start to turn over to rest on the side in the position of a little baby resting in mother's womb. Feel the comfort of this nourishing pose. If and when you feel ready, you may start to move up into a vertical pose, seated. Gently embrace your feminine centers with your hands. This touch carries so much honor and respect for your body. It's a message to your body. I honor you as sacred. Let us end by chanting one time Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let it come from deep within your womb. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti. Blessings and prayers to your womb and your heart space.